So the first thing to know about situational awareness is it's not new. It's been part of the military's lexicon for the past 200 years. And what it refers to is the warfighter's knowledge of the enemy, the terrain, and the weather, three of the key factors that measure success. Now for the business person, it's all about the information needed for operational success. And that'll vary from company to company. So for example, a pharmaceutical company might need to understand in depth the legal and regulatory environment, whereas another company might need to understand the economics of, say, interest rate changes, or the political military situation, or the socio-economic situation. So the bottom line is situational awareness refers to an understanding of your business environment. So if you look at, for example, some huge business failures over the past 20 years, I would argue that they can all be traced to a lack of situational awareness. For example, you look at the Daimler-Benz acquisition of Chrysler, resulted in a $23 billion write-off. Or in 1985, Coca-Cola, after 100 years, decided to change the formula to New Coke. That was a disaster, and it was quickly reversed after 90 days. Now, those two examples show decisions being made from poor situational awareness. But there's also the case of decisions not being made from situational awareness. So for example, in 1999, Excite had the opportunity for $750,000 to purchase Google, and it didn't. In the 90s, H. Ross Perot had the opportunity to buy Microsoft cheap, and he chose not to. So I would argue that if you look at poor business decisions, at their root, it's usually because of a lack of situational awareness. So I believe there's three things that an organization can do to improve its situational awareness. The first is what I'll call opening the aperture. We're all familiar and feel comfortable with the information we receive now, traditional, structured, very organized data. But in the world out there today, you have unstructured data, you have rich media, you have pictures, photos, audio. In fact, one of the organizations I used to work for, a lot of the research and information that we took in was based off Google Maps. So clearly, if you use the non-traditional resources available to you, that'll help with your situational awareness. Second, all I can say is share, share, and share. I believe that most organizations, 80% of the information they need can be found within the organization. The problem is, due to biases or organizational silos, that information is not shared. And so as the talk between and within the organization increases, so too will the situational awareness rise. And then finally, I would say, embrace technology. You know, we hear a lot about big data, and there's a lot of information out there. But there's also a great deal of new technology to help sort through it, whether it's text mining, semantic analysis. All these tools help process that information. So the bottom line is, don't be afraid of technology. And I firmly believe that if you follow these three rules, you will improve the situational awareness of your organization.